Do you have any past medical history or like diagnoses that you've either had your whole life or have gotten over time as you aged?
I've had a heart murmur most of my life
Okay.
since I was about 8 years old.
Okay. And then the big question. So, what are your thoughts on aging? So, how do you feel about aging?
Well, let's put it this way. It isn't always fun.
All right. And do you think that's just a combination of things, medical things, or changes in lifestyle?
Well, it's all a combination. I mean, when you get to be this old, like you shrink. I'm more than an inch shorter than I used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, we were
And
learning about that in school actually.
I don't run anymore, but I can walk pretty fast if I have to.
And yeah, you don't use any canes or anything, right?
No,
Just pop. Yeah. Okay. So, what are some things that you like to do or activities that you like to do on a daily basis?
on a daily basis. Well, I read a lot.
Okay. And are there any patterns that you like to follow on a daily basis?
Not particularly. At
Yeah.
this age, you sort of figure if there's something you don't want to do right away, unless it's urgent, you just put it off.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot more time to do things.
Yeah. How has that changed over the years? So, because you have more time to read. Um, has that affected the things you do every day?
Well, over the years, once you retire, you have a lot more time.
Yeah.
Remember, I used to keep the books for the business,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
I used to take your father to swim practice and your Aunt Allison to diving practice.
Yeah.
That was all the way to Princeton. That was rather time consuming.
I don't know how you did it.
Well, as I said, while your Aunt Allison was the youngest, so it was easier to do it with her.
All right. And on to your typical day. So, what does a typical day look like for you?
Well, let's see. I usually get up a little before 8. The first thing I do is feed the stray cats, and that takes away. It depends on how many show up all at once, because you'll get it all ready and go out, and another one will show up late. So you have to come back in and add another one, because otherwise, they all fight over it. So
Oh,
that takes anywhere from 20 minutes to a half an hour.
okay.
And then I take Nala out
Yeah.
so she can do her business. And then I come in. The paper fortunately is on the front porch always.
Yeah.
So then I go upstairs and read the paper.
Okay.
And then it all depends. Sometimes there's wash to do. Sometimes there's not.
Yeah, just like washing the dishes, washing.
I always clean the kitty litter every day.
Okay.
That doesn't take very long though.
Okay.
And then it depends whether there's women's club stuff to do.
Hmm. How often is
That
women's
isn't a
club?
real schedule. That comes and goes.
Okay.
Like the day after meeting, I usually have a big bank deposit to figure out,
Yeah.
because there's quite a bit of mine. I mean, this last week there was $900 in cash,
Wow.
and about $1,800 in checks. But they all belong to different departments and so forth, so you have to sort it all out
Mhm.
before you make the deposit,
Yeah.
so that everything's in the right category.
So does that take you a while?
It depends on how big the deposit is.
Yeah.
I mean, right now this deposit covers like 9 categories, so it took a while.
Okay. Yeah.
And in the week or two before the meeting, I always have to do the monthly report,
Mhm.
and type it and all that.
Is it you just have one meeting a month, or is it weekly, or?
Well, the main meeting's once a month,
Okay.
but then different parts of the club throw card parties every month too.
Oh, that's fun.
But everything's always on a Wednesday.
Okay. Um,
And the club threw a bunco game last month, so it's all to raise money for charity.
oh, that's nice. Okay. And all right, so how about around dinner time? Is there anything that you do? You feed the cats, feed Nala?
Well, dinner can be anywhere. I mean, sometimes we eat late in the afternoon and we only eat twice a day.
Okay.
It just depends. It's whatever we feel like, really.
Do you typically cook, or does Peapie usually do that?
I cook about half the time.
Yeah. And are they like easy meals to cook, or intricate, or what kind of meals?
Well, it depends. Your grandfather can't have much salt.
Oh,
He
yeah.
can't have a lot of carbohydrates, so it's a lot more limited than it used to be.
Mhm.
I mean, we had meatloaf the other night.
Oh, that's
Not
good.
last 2 nights.
Okay.
And we usually on weekend we very often have pot roast or rye roast, one of those things.
Okay. All right. And how about around bedtime? What are some things that you normally do around when you're about to go to bed? And what time do you usually go to bed?
Well, I go to bed late, not till at least 11:30. I
Oh,
always
wow.
watch the news before I go to bed.
Mhm. Okay. Let's see. And do you take any medications, whether it be daily or every once in a while?
No, I take blood pressure pill every day,
Mhm.
and I take a statin every day.
And is that for high blood pressure, or?
Yeah, well, statin's for cholesterol.
Okay. All right. And other than when you're walking, I know you said you walk as exercise. Is that just like when you're walking Nala around? That's like your exercise.
No, I don't know what you call it. It's a little pedal machine,
Oh, cool.
but you can do it sitting down.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those. Those are
I
cool.
usually do a half an hour on that about 5 times a week.
Oh, that's awesome. And how is that for you? Do you ever have any trouble with that, or feel pretty
Because
good?
you're sitting down.
Yeah, true.
That's one reason I picked it that
Protecting your
way.
joints.
It's a lot easier to do it sitting down.
Yeah.
But you still get exercise.
Yeah.
Your legs are moving.
All right, so we kind of already talked about it, but is there anything in your life that is symbolic or has meaning to you? Like going to church or to a book club or something? So you have your women's club. Oh, is there anything that you do in your life that is symbolic to you or has a meaning to you?
I don't know what particularly I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But right now, every Thursday morning, I'm playing bridge.
Okay.
Because it's very good exercise for the mind.
What's that?
Bridge is a card game.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Oh, good. It's a very old game. Well, the trouble is there aren't any young bridge players anymore.
So do you play that with people or on your own?
Oh, yeah, no, you have a partner.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have to look it up.
And you try to make your bid, but no, you need at least 4 people to play.
Okay.
But I say you play it with a partner.
Oh, that's cool. Where do you go to play that?
I have a stock country club.
Okay, that's cool.
But it's all right. They have bridge tournaments still. I mean, as I said, bridge isn't what it used to be nationally, but there are still bridge tournaments.
That is cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up.
As I said, I don't think there are yet any young bridge players anymore.
I'll be the
I think
first.
video games have been, but I say it's very good for the exercise for the mind.
Yeah. And they say that's important too, to keep your
Yeah,
mind.
well, that's one reason. Although I enjoy it. I mean, I've played bridge for I don't know how many years, probably about 30 years.
Mhm.
But now you play with a partner. My bridge partner, she and I used to go to Barclay Farms Center like the first and third Friday of every month to play.
Yeah.
But then she's older than I am, and she got so she fell a lot. She couldn't even go out at night, so we stopped doing that.
Oh.
But I said she played at Tavistock, and she had a partner whose husband had a very, very bad heart attack. So her partner said she didn't want to play, for the time being. So I'm her sub for the entire year up till June.
Wow.
Well, I said they play every week, which is a little unusual. Most of them play like every other week.
Mhm.
But they do stop for the summer.
Okay. So you do that once a week, usually?
Every Thursday morning.
Okay.
I have to be over there before 9:30.
And do you still you still drive yourself or?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So if you had to place yourself into categories, what would they be? For example, you could say like a mother, a daughter, a friend, etc.
Well, of course, I'm not a daughter anymore because my mother's not alive.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of my friends are not in very good shape anymore either.
Mhm.
Aunt Pete is now in very bad shape.
Oh no, she is?
Well, she broke her arm New Year's Eve day.
Did she fall?
Yeah, she fell.
Oh.
That's part of the Parkinson's.
Oh yeah.
But she sort of shattered it, so because she has Parkinson's, because she's on oxygen 24 hours a day now,
Oh wow.
they won't operate. So
Oh.
it has to heal naturally. However, it's been 6 weeks and it's barely started to heal.
Oh man.
So she's confined to a wheelchair because she can't use her walker because she can't put any pressure on the arm.
Yeah. Wow.
So she's stuck in a wheelchair all day. And
That's
since
sad.
it's not an electric wheelchair, she can't go anywhere.
Oh yeah. She can only use one
I
arm.
go over every week and spend a couple of hours visiting because all she can do is watch television, which of course is kind of boring after a while.
Yeah. Oh.
But
I didn't know
she
that.
has trouble reading. I mean, she has trouble holding a newspaper.
Wow.
She has a book stand, but she says it's still difficult,
Yeah.
to do. So, and now she has to have these oxygen treatments 3 times a day.
Oh. Yeah.
I think it's the same kind of thing they do for cystic fibrosis.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How old is she now?
She was 82 last September.
Okay. All right. And then
my bridge partner is 87.
really?
She falls a lot too. Even though she has a walker, she falls a lot. But
Yeah.
she's unlucky. I mean, 90% of her falls she's had some bad bruises,
But no.
she hasn't. Only twice she's broken things.
Yeah. What'd she break?
Oh, see, she broke her hip once.
Oh no.
She broke her wrist once. And one time she, just like Nanny Forney did, she fell on her face.
Oh
Now, she
man.
didn't break anything, but she showed me a picture,
I'm sure it was
she took
bad.
a selfie afterwards, and she looked like she'd been in a war.
Wow.
Now, she was in the hospital for a couple days for that one.
Mhm.
But she didn't break anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, I said,
Well, she's lucky.
She's 5 years. Yeah, oh, yeah, lucky on that, but she falls in her house.
Wow.
She just fell, she said, let's see, when I saw her Thursday, she had just fallen on Wednesday.
Mhm.
But she hurt herself, thank goodness.
Yeah. Have
Yeah,
you?
I mean, I lost count of how many times she's fallen.
Wow.
There's probably sometimes I don't even know about. I said the only lucky thing is she's probably hurt herself maybe 8 or 9 times. I mean, seriously, I mean, the fall on her face was serious. Even
Yeah.
though she didn't break anything. And I said she broke her hip on the one fall. She broke her wrist on another fall. And she might have broken her wrist twice over the years. As I said, it's very, even though she has a walker, she still falls.
Yeah. Have you fallen at all?
No, not
Yeah.
for lack of Rufy trying and Nala trying.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, Rufy's been trying for 12 years.
Yeah. Well, that's good at least.
No, he has never succeeded. I guess I'm just so used to him. What I do is, if he gets too close, I just take my foot and I nudge him out of the way.
Yeah.
So, but Winston doesn't do that. That's really surprising. He never does that.
Winston doesn't?
No.
Oh. Well, that's good.
No, Winston just likes to walk up your chest and be a lover.
Oh yeah, I remember. Do you still brush? Which cat's the one that likes to be brushed?
Well, Rufy likes to be brushed, but he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
He never has a mat. And Winston's coat is so heavy, I have to use a comb. A brush doesn't work. It just doesn't do anything, so I have to use a comb on him.
Do you brush him every day?
About 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
I comb him, and he's all right for 2 or 3 minutes before he starts to get itchy. But every once in a while, he'll get a mat.
Yeah.
I think, and he likes it. I mean, now it's nice weather, but when it was 32 degrees out, he wanted to go outside.
Really?
He spent a couple hours outside on those days.
That's funny.
Yeah, as I said, cold doesn't bother him. He still wants to go out. He just goes out on the porch, of course. He's
Yeah.
Not the house.
On his little perch. Yeah.
Well, he got out a couple weeks ago when I was calling the stray cats to breakfast. I had the door just open a little bit, and of course the storm goes in, so I have to open it a little bit. Well, didn't he go out? And he doesn't know what to do. He's just strolling down the steps.
Yeah.
But all the stray cats, they just took off. They didn't know what he was, and they didn't stay around to find out. They just took off.
Yeah.
So I just walked out the door, down the steps and picked him up. Because since he's never been out, he doesn't know where to go.
Yeah.
So he's sort of looking around, and he's moving slow, so it's not too hard to catch him.
Mhm. That's funny.
But fair number of times, because that's another thing. In the afternoon, usually late in the afternoon, several of the strays will come around again, and I'll give them a little bit of dry food.
Yeah. And you said you think other people feed them too?
I know. I told you my neighbor. I know she feeds them. She's the one that trapped them all and had them all fixed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Well, she puts out dry food. I think she just puts out a bowl and lets them munch. But in the morning, I give them each their own bowl so that they don't fight over it.
Yeah. I see. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. All right. So, what are some things that you value or that you appreciate?
Appreciate decent health. Let me tell you that. If you don't have that, you don't have anything.
Yeah. And then, have your values or your beliefs changed at all as you got older?
Not too much, I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more relaxed.
Yeah. So what is it that motivates you?
That's a good question. Well, mean, I'm treasurer of the women's club again. They asked me again. I mean, I thought I was going to retire after 20 years, and I said
Yeah.
no at first, but we've got a brand new president who has no history with the club, you know, so she needs a lot of help.
Oh, yeah.
And she said to me, she said, I don't even know what I'm doing. She said, I can't break in a new treasurer. So I decided for the good of the club, I'll do it 2 more years.
Ah, so good. How nice of you.
Well, the job has expanded quite a bit since I started 20 years ago.
Yeah. I didn't realize you've been doing it for 20 years.
They had about 55 members 20 years ago. Now they have about 85.
Wow. And that was
You know, it's unusual for a service organization to, you know, most of them are shrinking.
Yeah.
But, no, we have one member. She goes out and gets a lot of people, a lot of women when they first retire, they're looking for something to do.
Yeah.
Because you understand all the members are pretty much senior citizens.
Yeah. That's the club that that sponsored me to go to that women's thing, right? At
Yes.
at Rutgers?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Just making sure.
And they still think you gave the best presentation of everybody.
Aw.
You're the only one that ever did a slideshow for them.
Yeah.
Nobody
I'll come
else
back
has
and do
ever
it
done
again. Yeah, I think it makes it easier too when you're trying to present something to, you know, put pictures along with it and yeah.
Well, every once in a while somebody will come up and say, your granddaughter did the best the best presentation we've ever had from GCI, because that's the trade-off. Everybody who goes is supposed to come and give a 5 or 10 minute talk.
Yeah.
So, in September.
Yeah.
So, and every once in a while, guess what? You have one who refuses to come.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I can't believe that. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, in fact, last September, last year they sent 2, and one didn't show.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Wow.
so I said, you never know.
Yeah. Can't believe that. All right, let's see. Okay. I have a few more questions. So do you have any strong beliefs?
Well, I have a strong belief, you know, you should help people less fortunate.
Yeah.
Because they're, but for the grace of God, go you.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. I mean, you know, what you're born into, I guess it's just to a certain degree a matter of luck.
Yeah. That's true.
And we've been rather fortunate, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you go to church or mass at all?
Not much anymore. We used to go quite a bit, but your grandfather's not much in. So
Yeah.
I'm not much into going myself. I mean, we still give to the church, but
Yeah.
and you know, I say go once in a while, but used to go all the time.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you keep yourself pretty busy with everything else you do.
Well, it's enough because I don't want to do as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, you know, I have a couple of friends that we're trying to teach them bridge every other Monday, but like they're going someplace every day in the week, and I just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want some time to do what I want to do, either just do nothing. I mean, there are times when I'm just content to do nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you have to consider how much energy you have too. Then you don't have the energy you used to. I can still do most everything, but it takes longer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing I was going to mention too when we going back to, you know, the things that you do every day. Like even your morning routine or like taking a shower, like do you take as many showers as you used to do, like, because that could take long, or just your morning routine, does it take longer?
Because I skin, and the doctor said, she said, if you don't want it to get worse, he said, it's better. He said, it won't hurt you unless, you've been out doing something really strenuous. He said, take one every other day.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Yeah. Do you ever prioritize the things that you do? Like, do things that use more energy at certain times of the day so that you can save your energy for later?
What? If I get a bug up about something, I can really go at it,
Yeah.
If I'm in the mood. But if I'm not in the mood, I can really take a while to do it.
Yeah.
And of course, like the women's club, certain things have deadlines. Like the monthly report has a deadline. So, and things like that. There's 2 or 3 things for them. Things have to be there's things that have to be mailed by a deadline.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, reports have to be done by a deadline.
Yeah.
And the annual report, which is that's a pain in the neck because it doesn't go to anybody and nobody reads it. And it's a lot of
Just
work.
has to be done, yeah.
Well, it's 2 full pages of, 1-line typing in 3 columns on each page.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's teaches. And it takes a while. And I said the fact that it doesn't go to anybody. It doesn't go to the Federation. It doesn't go to anybody.
Yeah.
So, but, and of course, bills always have a deadline to be paid.
Yeah.
But there aren't so many of those because they said, oh, you should do it on the computer. But there aren't that many. I just assume do it where I have a written record.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if I need anything online, your mother's always very nicely offers to do it.
Oh, yeah. You can always ask me, too.
So does your Aunt Allison.
Yeah. Yeah, the online stuff could probably be confusing, too.
Well, I'm not on, I do stuff on the computer, but I'm not on the internet. That's the thing. I'm not on the internet. So, yeah, your mother just got me a dog harness for Nala because this brand is hard to find, and there's only one store in Haddonfield, and she didn't have her size.